Yo, it's BWTV back at y'all. Right back at it again with another one. This one here, yo, is Love Dorsey. I want to go ahead and get right into this one. If y'all haven't, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have heard about Love Dorsey by now. I've heard some of her content and everything like that. But as we know, she goes in. She's a real Florida hood bitch. And I used to live in Florida for a majority part of my life, pretty much almost a close, about like, a good like 25 to 30% of my life. I was there from 2003 from '03 to '06 for 3 years. I moved, and I moved back from 2012. I was there from 2012 to 2000, just recently 2019. Then I moved. Now I'm in Texas. But I'm saying all this to say is because a lot of the shit that she's saying, I can relate to because I've seen it firsthand dealing with these hood chicks in Florida when I used to live in the hood back in my day, especially in the early 2000s and everything like that. But dealing with these chicks, a lot of these chicks got the same exact mentality, and it's just the way. It's like they pretty much say outside of Florida, people outside of Florida, they say Florida is like another world, and it is, yo. Especially when it comes to the women there. When it comes to the women, the mentality there is very ratchet, yo. Florida is, man, look, like I said, if you can mess with a real Florida hood bitch, then you can mess with a bitch anywhere. Florida got some of the most ratchet, like I coined, like they got some of the most ratchet chicks in America, period. I heard Baltimore and Memphis get them bitches around for their money, but it's like, man, Florida, I don't think no other bitch compare. These chicks are super hood. Like these chicks, they rocking sandals and wigs the majority all day, every day, they whole goddamn life. They're like, they be 16, 17 years old rocking a wig. I'm like, why you wearing a wig all day, every day already at 16, dog? Like, you still, you gonna fuck your edges up quick, y'all. Like this wig, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just the lifestyle down there is very poor, very fucked up. They be weaving and sandling it up a lot. And yeah, let me start the video because I got a lot to say as this video goes on, but let's go.
As the females coming up from poverty, they be knowing that they gonna end up a single mother when if you had a baby with him, what percentage do you feel like is the chance that you're gonna be raising by yourself? They be knowing it's a high percentage. They know that. And the idea is the programming that's being pushed, the marketing that's being pushed is that it is some sort of flex to be a single mother. Women be knowing that they're going to end up most likely a single mother. The reason they be knowing is because half these women have a long drawn out story of turmoil with the nigga before they even get pregnant. A lot of them have a story of turmoil like as soon as they met the nigga. You know how many women, when you ask them about their baby daddy, they talk about the cheating that the nigga did to them before they had the child, while they were pregnant, during the time frame where they could decide whether to keep the kid or not. It goes back to why I be saying delusion, because later on we tell ourselves that we're some sort of victim. But we be knowing these niggas ain't shit. We be knowing that the niggas that we chose, this particular man, I don't know what he is to other people, but I know in my dealings with him, he is not showing me the skill set of a family man. You got to really listen to what I'm saying. I'm dating him. Like Frank said, most people, sex is the solution to everything early on, especially in toxic relationships or the lustful stage of a relationship, right? So we fucking, I like him, he like me, we do like one another, we talk about different stuff. But when I get women on one-on-ones, when I ask them the nature of their dealings with the man well before they got pregnant, the man ain't show no signs that he's a family guy, wants a family, has the discipline enough to maintain monogamy, let alone a family plus monogamy, the financial skills to actually budget money for a baby. They can explain all of this and still be fucking wrong, end up pregnant, keep the baby, it's their body, it's their choice, and then cry later on that they're some sort of victim or the nigga should fight to be able to see the kids or what. The man don't even got the capacity of the shit that you saying. A bitch can't give you what the fuck they don't got. If I
See, this is why I love Dorsey content. She be speaking some real ass shit, and The reason why the majority of these chicks, I mean, because usually in my personal experience and from what I've seen, the majority of chicks who say all of this is they don't usually say this and get to this point till they get, of course, later on in age, until they get into a late age, a good mid-30s and up area. When they're in their teens, the late teens and 20s, they don't be giving a fuck, and they don't see it. The reason why they don't see that man really ain't shit, or they may do see it, but the reason why they do see it and the reason why it doesn't bother them is because they ain't shit themselves. And I think that's where some of the misconceptions is and everything like that. Because we always paint the picture as the women always paint the picture as that nigga ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? They can paint a picture of however they want about the nigga. Or we've heard thousands upon thousands of stories about women, how they saying this nigga ain't shit, this nigga ain't doing this nigga ain't doing that, he ain't got this, he ain't got that. So we've heard it all. Bitches always complaining, but we as a man will never know what she's saying is true because all we hearing is her side. But they'll sit around and say, nigga ain't shit. But I mean, if it's a nigga ain't shit, I mean, what you don't think it goes both ways? I mean, it's a lot of bitches out here that ain't shit, especially if she's talking about, the same environment that they're all growing up in, that man and that woman that they met each other in that same hood ass, low, fucked up ass environment that they live in that environment and grew up in that environment, the more than likely she ain't shit either. So she getting in when she fit in and she knows she ain't shit. That's why she with that nigga that ain't shit. And that's what we need to start. That's the conversation that we need to start talking about and having, because women coming to the table or they making these conversations, making these YouTube channels is always talking as to the point as they're greater or higher than the man that they got they baby from. Bitch, I'm pretty sure that your level is right there, same with his level, if not lower. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of these bitches side talking like they always greater than the man. The nigga is shit. The nigga ain't shit, but they always so much greater than the man. When bitch, I'm looking at you, how you speak, how you dress, and everything, where you live. I don't really see too much of a greater. You over grandstanding this bitch. You right there in the same goddamn boat with this nigga, but yet you got the nerve to be talking about how he ain't shit. Like you ain't shit either, bitch. And that's usually how it goes. If a nigga ain't shit, if a chick is calling a nigga ain't shit, saying he ain't shit, usually the chick ain't shit either. Because niggas who are the shit don't get with bitches who ain't shit. And that's just real shit. That's real talk. Spin this block.
I owed you $5, but I don't got the $5. You can't make me have the $5. You can whoop my ass, but after you beat me up, you still don't got your $5. You're not gonna get out of me what I don't got. You might get something else. You ain't gonna get them $5 that I don't got. So if a nigga don't got no discipline, no money management skills, no understanding of family from his upbringing, no real care for you like that, what the fuck are we doing? How is it a flex to get pregnant from these niggas? And I be stressing this so much because I stress this so much because I'm raising 3 daughters. I beat this in a motherfucking brain. It ain't no motherfucking flex. It don't look good to end up like a lot of these older bitches ended up with 3, 4, 5 kids and no nigga to help them raise. It's no flex. It's not fun. Single parenting is not good. It's not.
You know Peach Dorsey, of course.
It's not, bro. And if I don't even know how they got this into this mentality, how women got this into this mentality that having kids, what did she say? Having kids by different niggas is a flex, or pretty much praising being a single mother is a flex. It's not a flex because especially these days, I mean, the label single mother is toxic now. You know what I'm saying? You say single mothers, motherfuckers found their face or frown their face up. Like nobody was like, you know what I'm saying? That's where that label's gotten to today. But for a while, for a long time, women have been embracing this, I'm a single mother, and then, I'm a single mother here, I'm a single mother this, I'm a single mother that, pretty much encompassing that the term single mother by itself just means that I'm all these great things all rolled up and bundled into one. When the average person, especially when a man, we don't even look at it as that. We looking at it as pretty much the low bottom of the barrel when it comes to the value of a woman. Because when you say single woman to a man, single mother to a man, it speaks volumes and says a lot about you as a woman. Yeah, you can blame it on stereotypes, and it has a lot to do pretty much with stereotypes, characteristics, statistics of how a child being raised into a single parent household, the whole nine. But the single mother term has become toxic today, radioactive today, and is not really deemed as in a bright higher standing or anything like that, far as the eyes of the man. Like it's the bottom of the barrel to us. Like we're doing anything and everything to stay far away from that, far as on a very, very serious level towards I'm going to be taking you serious on an everyday basis in my life. I was going to say we're trying to stay far away from that on an intimate basis, not sexually. Well, that's what I should say, on an intimate basis, but not sexually. We ain't trying to stay far from it. We'll hit it, but we ain't trying to really do nothing else. But yeah, she did say it was because I guess some type of programming that's going on in the media and TVs and everything like that, especially within, music, R&B singers and everything like that, the feminist movement and everything like that, the whole nine, all that has to do with that, I guess, it working, feeding into the mentality of women that being a single mother is some type of way, form, or fashion of flex, when it's the total opposite. And maybe that's one of the reasons as to why, the single mother has become an epidemic today, because they look at it as being strong, when we looking at it as I don't want to have nothing to do with you. But let's keep going, because a lot of jewels get dropped, and I want to give a lot of commentary in the middle and throughout the end, because again, she's gonna drop a lot of shit from what I've seen from single mothers and Black women in the hoods in Florida, because like Florida, man, it's like no other. It's different down there.
She said, a lady got on her live and was like, Peach, can you help me? I'm a single mama. Peach said, let me tell you something. I don't like that fucking word. Mm-hmm. Y'all looking for sympathy. Yep. Y'all have fun fucking having them kids. So stop getting on here thinking somebody's supposed to help y'all because you a single mama. She said, y'all got more resources than anybody in this motherfucking world. She said, go get your resources, utilize that, get what you need so you can get you a bag and stop looking for sympathy. I was like, dang. She flat out told her, like, stop using that word, because you're putting yourself in a victim mentality and you don't even know it. Because single moms are so used to saying, well, I'm a single mom. They don't even know that it's used to be looked at as a victim. Because
the idea was, if we go back to a different time, right? You go back to, y'all know we reviewed the movie Fences, right? In the movie Fences, if you look at the time they were in that movie, and you look at the times now, men understood that even if I'm finna get me some pussy on the side, there is a responsibility I have to the children that I fucked and made. So even when in the movie Fences, even when Denzel fucked somebody on the side and got that woman pregnant, without any females telling him, he was already raised and programmed to understand, I have a male responsibility to keep taking care of the kids that I made with my wife, and I got to take care of this child with this side bitch. Rather the two women still want me or not, that's a different subject. I have a responsibility to the children. We are not in that time anymore where boys are being raised this way because they're being raised by women.
Yep.
When men were raised by men, this understanding got passed down from generation to generation. So it didn't matter if grandpa had children. And when I say it didn't matter, I'm not saying it was right. But when grandpa had kids across town, that check was getting split some different ways. Some stuff was going on. There was an understood responsibility. That's why in the movie Fences, Denzel told his son, I don't got to like you, but I got to take care of you. Not liking you or liking you don't got a fuck thing to do with the responsibility. I have a duty. That's gone right now. With bitches raising boys, it's gone. You got to bring in men to show men how to be men so they can tough it out based on their choices and still step up for a bitch don't get to tell a nigga this. A community of niggas have to show a nigga this. And
that's facts. And that's facts. And the reason why it's gone is because, like she said, the majority of all kids in the Black community are being raised in a single parent household that's being led by the woman. And this knowledge is not being passed down from men to men, from generation to generation through the men, because the men are not in the homes passing this information down any longer. And that's just what it is, because of course the women are not going to teach their sons stuff like this. Women don't, this is not even in their biology. them telling them them telling think about it, them telling a boy or a dude or telling a male to take care of another woman's kid when she's the woman. Like this is not even compute right in their DNA. Well, for the most part, for most of them, because they're emotional, vindictive. They don't like the other chick getting one up on them. They don't like the other chick getting pregnant, having a man's kid, and everything like that. Back in the day, like Love Dorsey was saying, when this happened, women actually understood. Well, for the most part, because we heard, nothing's 100%, but the majority of women actually understood, what transpired. Okay, you stepped out of our marriage, you got somebody else pregnant, so now you're gonna have to take care of that child. I understand that, and I had no choice but to respect that. These days, it ain't like that. Nigga get another chick pregnant, the bitches, them hoes is fighting, them hoes is mad, them hoes is doing everything in their power to act like they got one up over on the other baby mama just because she was fucking that nigga first, or she loved that nigga more, or whatever the fuck it is. It's 100 million reasons as to why these chicks fight and argue over a nigga. I didn't heard it all, dog. We done heard millions of reasons as why the chicks fight over a nigga or get pregnant by a nigga, or chick trying to get pregnant by a nigga because he got another chick pregnant that she don't fuck with or don't like, so she trying to show this bitch that she got this nigga baby too. It's just so, dog. When I say I done seen it all in the hood of Florida, like I done seen it all, dog. I done seen it all, and I done heard it all, and it's too frequent. It's not like it's just one off, or you heard this once in a blue moon. It's a lot, and it's everywhere. It's like these hoes fiend to have drama in their lives, and it's always surrounding a nigga. It's always, especially in Florida. I can vouch for what she's saying, because it's especially in Florida. It's like these chicks love to have this drama about a nigga. It's like it's like if there's no drama in their life popping off, and a nigga not surrounded in it with some other bitches, hating on it, it's like then they got it. They're gonna have to create it, because without that, the shit ain't, their life ain't popping, or it ain't interesting in their life. I don't know what it is with Florida hoes, hood Florida hoes, but it's like it's like if them bitches ain't arguing about a nigga, then something ain't right in their life. On God, I swear it seems like that's the environment in the hoods in Florida, dog. On God, it's like that. It's like these hoes love to argue and fight about a hood nigga. Real shit. Let's spin this block, because she drop a lot more shit.
We so far from that right now. It's not the same.
That's a reference not to deal with a man.
That's the same reason why. All over town that he's not raising, we'll act like our situation is different, or we better, or we don't even use it as a reference not to deal with them. I can be honest though.
But I'm gonna say this, because this goes to what Chrissy said. The mentality now where people are like basically flicking the bird at single mothers, it comes from the fact that in our day and age, they making themselves single mothers. It's not back like it was before, where if a bitch was a single mother, a deadbeat was involved, meaning like this man left this woman high and dry from a situation where there weren't a lot of clear signs. Hoes is going out nowadays choosing to be single mothers. This is why there is no more begging for a GoFundMe donation, because you a single mama. You was the only one riding that dick. So you the only one to take your ass and go take care of them. We don't give a fuck, bitch. We got our own problems.
Thanks.
Nobody don't care about your sob story off the nigga you fucked multiple times. We got our own shit going on.
Facts. And that's exactly what we is today, for real. Like, a single mother can't get no sympathy hardly from nowhere, from nobody no more these days. Like, nobody want to hear that bullshit. We don't give a fuck about your story, bitch. Like, it's too much going on out here in this world, especially if you black, that we don't give a, like, shit. You a single mother, but that's not shocking. 80% of y'all single mothers. So it's like, you ain't getting no sympathy and no kudos and no extra sweetheart type of treatment here. The majority of y'all single mothers, and the majority of y'all been single mothers ever since the goddamn 90s. Y'all been doing this for 3 decades and screaming loud and proud about being a single mother. So y'all, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing, there's no type of tears that's going to be shed here of any type of hard times you're going through, because bitch, I done went through a whole bunch of hard times in my life, and you know what I'm saying, of situations that I didn't even put myself in. Y'all actually make these decisions to put yourself in, then bitch and cry, complain about it later. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's exactly where the environment, the temperature in the air today amongst, and especially in the Black community, of how we feel about single mothers. And as we see, the people, a lot of Black women start to see and express and feel this way too. And because Love Dorsey, she's actually a single mom. I think she said she has 3 kids, and I know she's not with the dude she had the kids by. Well, I don't even know if she got multiple baby fathers, whatever. I've seen some shows of Love Dorsey, but it's not like I watch every single one of her lives or every time, you know what I'm saying? Whatever comes across my YouTube feed, if the title sounds interesting, I'll go ahead and check it out and everything like that. But it's not like I'm a big, huge Love Dorsey fan. I watch every single one of her lives. I probably only seen like maybe 5 or 6 in my whole lifetime of her, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know her whole life story. I don't know if she got multiple baby daddies, but just from me, by me knowing the bitch, me knowing the Black woman, especially the hood Black woman in Florida, no matter how pretty she may look, no matter how ratchet she may look, I'm gonna go ahead and my money's on that she got at least 2 baby daddies. That's just is what it is. Because I know Florida women. It's like rarely do you come across a Florida woman Love Dorsey's age that they only got 1 baby father. And I'm just keeping it all the way 100 with you. It's like, especially just these days, period. Black women these days, a chick having 1 baby daddy, that shit is rare now. Back in the 90s, see, it's just all how much of an epidemic and how far removed we've come. Back in the 90s, a chick getting pregnant, early age and everything, that was starting to grow rapid and everything. So it was starting to be, come the norm kind of. And then as we moved into the early 2000s, it was just like, damn, every chick that you was meeting, it's like automatic. You almost kind of knew that they were going to have a child. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I know she's more likely she's going to have a child. It's just, how old is that child? Then as we started moving to the end of 2010, beginning of 2011, like that, it was like, you know what I'm saying? How I know you got kids I know you got a kids, not just 1 kid. I know how many kids you got. Now it's like, bitch, man, I know you got more than 1 baby daddy. How many baby daddies you got? And that's just it's where we at now. It's so fucked up. And it's like, yeah, this baby mama epidemic, man, it's so fucked up. But yeah, let me let this ride because I know for the hood women, dog, and they are some of the most ratchet creatures on earth. Like, let's go.
Prices is sky high. Gas prices up. The cost of living is up. Shit's going on. People keep talking about waves of COVID. We got our own problems.
And when you say into have no sympathy.
And another thing before I continue, Love Dorsey, like looking at her, she's like, she somebody cute. I mean, even though she got this thing on her head, if you see other lives of Love Dorsey, you can see how pretty and how fine she can get at times and everything. Because she got a cute face and everything. Her body's actually tight. She got a nice body and everything. It's just the voice that be throwing me off. But some niggas, especially hood niggas, some niggas roll with that. They like that. They love a bitch like Love Dorsey, especially if she's the type of woman that they need, living that type of lifestyle that they live. She's one of them chicks that she can jump right in there in that environment and be good to go roll. And she right hand chick. But her voice would throw me off. Like for me to have sex with Love Dorsey, she would have to be mute the whole night. Like, cause she's pretty enough when she get done. She's pretty enough. She got the body to get me aroused and feeling her and everything like that. But if she was to open her mouth or anything like that while we sexing her or anything like that, dog, I would immediately go limp. Like I would go limp like a motherfucker. And this is no shade to Love Dorsey. This is no shade to you, baby. Like you when you get done, you look good and everything. It's just, we all got likes and preferences and everything like that. And your voice ain't the prettiest voice in the world. You got a raspy little voice. And again, that's no shade off you, because I'm sure you got niggas lined up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas lined up, niggas dying to mess with you and everything like that. I know how it go because you got the look. So I know niggas fucking with that. And niggas, hood niggas, they'll overlook the voice of a voice to them probably ain't shit. Me, I can't do it. I like my chicks to sound sexy, like that butterfly, nice light voice. I gotta have that. What's wrong?
It's just like, no, we tired of hearing y'all complain about situations that you put yourself in.
And that, like Antoinette said, you have the solutions.
Like resources, go get on Section 8. Go get the stuff that the system designed for y'all to be these independent ass mamas that y'all want to be sad.
People,
I'm not your baby daddy.
People,
but that's how fucked up it is today, because they already know about them resources. Lots of Black women have kids specifically to get those resources. So they know those resources exist, and the majority of them probably on their resources. But today, with inflation and everything is so fucked up that the resources is just not enough. The resources ain't enough. It's not like they getting, you know, a whole bunch of shit to take care of, to set them up the way they be good for, you know, months on end. Them resources only enough to get, you know, last for a good couple of weeks, and then that shit run out. And just, you know, keep you on the wing, on a little chicken wing every month where you got your hand out begging and pleading for them, you know, get you your little food stamps, your little Medicare, to keep your Section 8 voucher or housing voucher, you know, active and everything, so you can pay your little $30, $60, $100 per month for rent or whatever you got. They know, man, this ain't new. These chicks are taught this at a young age. I did one of my last year when I was focusing in on this. Like I've messed with my share of chicks from the hood, especially in Florida. And I personally know 3 chicks who taught their daughters this. Like, shit, you ain't gonna be up under me your whole goddamn life. You better go ahead and get pregnant so you can get some of these food stamps, get some of these benefits from the government, so you get out here, get on your own, getting your own spot up in the projects. Like, this shit is taught. Like, a lot of this shit is taught. These single mothers are teaching, especially single hood project mothers that grew up that's, you know, in the projects, and it'd be generations of them who, you know, growing up in the projects because their grandmama was there, then the grandmama had a child and grew up to be, you know, adult, had kids, and so the mama was there, then her kid is a kid. So it's like generations upon generations, and this shit is taught. And I personally knew 3 chicks, especially, I mean, like just conversing with them and talking with them, and they have no qualms, they have no shame about, you know, telling this information, especially to the nigga that they fucking. Like, it's like they can't wait for especially if it's a girl, they can't wait for the daughter to move up out of there. Like they giving her the game of what you need to do if you want to get up out of here at a young age, because they trying to usher your ass up out. I mean, that's just what it is. So this is being taught so that they know these resources out there. They know they got benefits and everything out here. It just ain't enough. Times are so fucked up and so high these days. Like, shit, them resources and benefits ain't enough. But let's spin this block.
Will be, as soon as they find out they're pregnant, I don't give a fuck about it, nigga. I'm gonna take care of my baby myself. Come back and visit them in 3 years. He a deadbeat. He don't help do nothing. I don't understand why y'all fuck with him. How could y'all even? All y'all on his page. Everybody we don't give a fuck about what you going through. Off some shit you chose to do.
Thanks. Look, I hate to keep stopping this, but she going in and she's telling she's telling 100% thousand truth. Like, that's how the majority of Black women act. They'll go ahead and chase a nigga down that they were so sexually involved and desired that they've been chasing this nigga down along with the other 3-4 chicks in the same hood who's been chasing them down. They've been getting into all these drama, all these bitches. So they all them 3-4 women trying to be the first one to see who can have a baby by this nigga. And then they do get a baby by this nigga. Then another chick, she like, well, hell, I'm gonna have this baby by this nigga anyway, because I really want him here. Man, he don't give a fuck about you. Like all that shit, all this wretched hood shit of them chasing the nigga down so much, and then when a nigga actually tell or show them that he don't want you, or he don't want to have a kid by you, or if you do get pregnant by this nigga and you do have a kid that he don't want to have nothing to do, you know, with the kid, y'all will still go have the baby anyway, stream to the world, your family and your friends that fuck that nigga ain't shit, I don't need this nigga, yada, yada, yada. And then once you have that kid, 3, 4, 5 years later, when shit get hard, then it's back to, man, this nigga don't help me with these kids, fuck that nigga, you ain't shit, you a deadbeat, this and this and this and blah, 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 say blah. When a nigga told you up jump from before when the baby came, that he didn't want to have this baby with you, or he didn't want to be your father in this baby life, but you chose to have it anyway, all because you wanted a piece of that nigga. We see this too much, dog. Like this, you know what I'm saying? This don't shock me at all, because this is the norm, my nigga. This is the norm for the Black chick in the hood and in the projects. It's the norm. Like, nigga, in every hood, every project, there's a story out there like that right now going on, that the bitch is dealing with this type of drama right now. And she loving it because they love shit like this. They love hood niggas like this. They love chasing them hood niggas down at a young age, because all these other bitches chasing down for whatever reason. Usually the reason is because he's a local dope boy. He getting a little money in his hood. He one of the most popular niggas in his hood, getting a little money. He driving a nice little car or whatever. And they, you know, he got 3, 4, 5 hoes chasing him because he's just the local nigga in the hood who probably dressed the swaggiest, got his little thing going on, but he, you know, fucking mad women, and you ain't the only one that's like, he don't give a fuck about you. Like we see, like this, bro, this motherfucking story is normal. It's the norm. It's a YouTube movie. I mean, it's a Tubi movie for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we seen this shit. This ain't nothing new. This is what they do. This is what they do. Let's spin this block.
Even when we took this stance as women with this whole my body, my choice. Me and Frank done fucked. I'm pregnant, right? When it come down to the decision of having a child, I'm gonna tell Frank, this is my body. It's my choice. My decision. Now, I'm making the decision by myself because it's my body, my choice. Once I make the decision by myself, after the child is here and I realize it's more than what I bargained for, or I decide I want Frank help, now I come in, Frank, you need to help me. You need to help me take care. You need to give me this money. You need to buy this. Nigga, you don't do it. This is the most absurd shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. If you make a choice by yourself and you end up having to face the consequences of your choice that you made by yourself, how is anybody else wrong if they don't help you with the consequences of the choice that you X them out of? If you say to me, love, right now, if you say to me, love, right now, the car I choose to go buy, you're not a part of this decision. This is my money. I'm going to decide what car. Later on, when you buy the car and it break the fuck down, how do you get to blame any of that on me?
100.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
But this is the delusion again that we're going along with. And then I watch women group up with other women to like feed this narrative. Are you on crack? Are y'all on fentanyl or heroin? Like, it makes no sense. You tell somebody, this is my body. I'm going to make a decision that I want to fucking make. I don't care what the dad says. I'm having it. Then you have it. And later on, when you realize you're not capable of doing this shit by yourself and doing a good job, now the man wrong. I can't understand the shit. Go ahead, Frank.
I guess it's something wrong with me because it ain't nothing wrong with me, but that's the.
But before Frank go in, let me just say, I don't put everything on the woman. I put mostly on the woman because you have the final say so when you get pregnant, and you can choose for that man to wear protection or not, or you can choose to, take it upon yourself to wear protection or not to prevent any, unwanted babies or unplanned babies to come in this world, or not. But fellas, again, like I've stressed this in a lot of my videos and a lot of my lives too. Like, I don't understand why y'all out here getting these bitches pregnant and don't want to have nothing to do with the baby in their life. Now, again, I broke it down as to why and the two different versions of who to be having these kids. Like, from what I've seen from my past experience and the numerous of niggas who I come across, friends, cousins, niggas in the hood who I was associated with, friends with, it's one or the other. And it's always, if it's a hood nigga who knows he ain't going nowhere in life, he ain't going to college, he know damn well he ain't going to college, he probably gonna be selling dope. He's selling dope at a young age, and pretty much he's been selling dope so long that's pretty much going to be his whole livelihood. That more than likely these niggas, they don't give a fuck about who they pregnant. They be busting in bitches, random bitches all the time, and they just don't give a fuck. That's what I've seen and what I've experienced. The niggas who know that they planning out their life and got a future, especially dudes who come from a 2-parent household, they're not busting in chicks. They're not getting chicks pregnant, random chicks pregnant just off of a whim, just cause. You know what I'm saying? It's always majority. I'm not gonna say always, but it's the majority of that hood nigga who know that pretty much he ain't shit. He ain't got really nothing to live for, but to be in his hood and get it the best way he can, versus the nigga who's planning out his life and trying to set some type of structure and wanting to eventually find a special person to have kids with and raise a family. It's always one or the other. And these chicks be knowing. These chicks know who's who, and if this nigga's going somewhere, if he's planning to have kids, or if he wants to have kids with you. Like, these women deep down know when a man wants to have children with them and be in their life with those kids and raise a family. It's just that majority of these chicks, especially if they're growing up in the hood or that, or the projects, whatever area they're in, whatever neighborhood they're in, it's the majority of them are chasing behind a small group of niggas, and it's usually the dope boy niggas who run that block, run that hood, run that project. They get money, out of their hood, and they the local most popular niggas because they the top dope boys in their hood. It's always the chicks are chasing after them few niggas, and they don't give a fuck if they get a baby mama. They don't give a fuck. They become baby mama number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. They just want to get a baby by this nigga, to say that they had a baby by this nigga, and to be in competition with the rest of these hoes who think they the shit because this nigga choosing these hoes to be with because they look up to him as the shit. Again, man, this shit is so prevalent in the hoods in Florida. Like, I see this shit all the time, dog. Like, this shit was common. Like, I had a homeboy, man, look, I had a homeboy who was deep in the dope game, and this dude stayed with chicks. I loved hanging with him because shit, like the chicks that he hang out with and everything like that, you know, chicks always keep a whole bunch of friends, especially the baddies. Baddies love hanging with each other, whatever. So I love, you know, we used to go out clubbing and everything like that. But yeah, they used to be, you know, on this nigga nuts. He had 3 chicks, you know, willing to do anything and everything for him. And I'm no slouch myself, even though I wasn't really in the dope game like that. I wasn't, you know, making as much money as he was, but I was able to hold my own because I just had the gift, the gab, and the physical attributes that women were just, you know, naturally attracted to. So I get in where I fit in. I'll pull me one, or I'll talk to me one, get me one, you know, time here and there and everything like that. But it's just the stuff that women are willing to sit up and go through when they're in the presence of a dude like that, knowing the bitch that's right across from them in their presence is trying to get with the same nigga that they're trying to get with. And, you know what I'm saying, they just all vibing for this, you know, type of dude. This is common. Like, that's what I'm saying. When a chick tell you they don't ever chase a man, this and that, blah, 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 this shit is bullshit. If you that nigga, they gonna do any and everything to chase you down, to let you know she wants you. Nigga, they gonna do any, they gonna do what it takes. They gonna do any and everything, what it takes. They going through the fire, dog. Like, these chicks will go hard for a nigga that they really want. Don't ever let a chick tell you that she ain't gonna chase a nigga. If she telling you she ain't chasing, she ain't gonna chase you. Yeah, that's because she ain't feeling you. She ain't gonna chase you, but she gonna definitely chase the nigga that she really want.
The label when I have conversation with different type of women, because the man that I am, I have conversation with women, and it can be a random person. And when they find out that I'm 40 and I only have one son, it's always that one step back, lean on that back leg, like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, what you mean? You only got one. You look like you should have 4. Well, why should I have 4?
Jesus.
But you look like that type. I was like, well, maybe I learned a fucking lesson, because the knowledge that I possess now, shit, Kobe wouldn't even be here. With the men, with the women.
Most men, Frank, I want you to understand, most men that I speak to in my experience that are talking to me about co-parenting, they regret having children at all. They regret the irresponsibility in them sleeping with women that they did not check her character before fucking her raw. Most men regret who they produced a child with. They don't regret having children, but they regret the mindset of the woman that they had the child with. Not the looks so much, but the mindset behind the woman, because the stuff that we be saying be completely delusional. And I'm saying this as a woman. It's the most absurd thinking that I've ever seen. But
I blame the man though. Like, how you as a man, how you don't vet that woman? How do you don't vet that woman that you fucking, if you trying to see if she should be the proper woman to bear your kids or not? Like, I blame the man, like, for real. It's all like, I don't understand. But again, like I say, like, it's 2 different mentalities, dog. It's like the nigga who know he ain't really gonna be shit in life versus the nigga who know he's got a plan and trying to go somewhere in life. The niggas who know who ain't really going nowhere in life, they don't really care about who they jumping in, who they get pregnant. Half of them, you know, they was happy to get some pussy, you know, because look, when you young, when boys are, you know, in their teenage years, before they jump off that porch, or right when they jump off that porch, especially when they first get some pussy, they still trying to find themselves and everything like that. And unless you're one of them ones at a very young age in your teens, unless you was even from your mid-teenage years, unless you was attracting a lot of chicks, you know, a lot of dudes in the hood, even though they in the hood, it's not like they all just get pussy like that, or all women just attracted to them. No, it's always them certain ones that just have those physical attributes that no matter what woman come across, they're gonna be attracted to them. But for the most part, it's a lot of niggas in there that the bitches ain't trying to really fuck with like that unless they got some money. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really trying to fuck with that nigga like that unless he got some money. And maybe these niggas, again, like I guess young in age, when they first get that first taste, that first piece of pussy, whatever, they feeling themselves, and they probably think, because I was that age too. You probably think that, because when you're young, you don't really see shit in the future. You think everything is now and everything is right now, it's happening now, and that this is what it is and this is what it's going to be. You don't really think that, you know what I'm saying, maybe it's other people out there for me, or maybe it's other women, and I'm going to be going here, or I'm going to be doing this later on in my life or my future. So let me not commit to this woman seriously, because I know that I'm going to be messing with quite a few women in my future. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they have that, a lot of hood dudes, I can see them having that type of mentality because they feel like they're not going nowhere in life. They're not going to make it out. But so if you're one of them dudes that I guess you was raised by a single mother, and this really wasn't, you didn't really have a man in your life or father in your life to guide you on how to navigate through this, navigate through life, on how to choose women and vet these women to know what's wifey material and what's the type of woman that you should pick to have, to bury your child. If you ever had that type of direction and guidance as to know the knowledge of what type of woman to pick, the personality and characteristics to look out for, then I kind of feel for you, but at the same time, it should kind of be biological. I'm pretty sure you've seen images, TV shows of wholesome type, traditional type mothers like Felicia Rashad. Well, they were still kind of modernized, but I mean, you get my point. Far as a respectable woman, a black woman who commands and deems respect, who's held up as someone to look up to, versus a hood community pussy versus a thought. Like we like, come on, man, we shouldn't be so naive as men to not know which woman it will be the proper woman to have kids by. That's what I'm saying. I know hood. That's what I'm saying. It's the hood niggas who really ain't got shit to live for. They really ain't going nowhere. Like them, the ones that's the majority of the times don't give a fuck who they get pregnant. Let's go.
Again, if you don't understand history and how we jumped on the bandwagon with middle-class white women that were pushing the agenda of more women's rights and this whole my body, my choice, and you mix that with what was happening in the late 60s, early 70s with, welfare in the state of like making women believe you can replace the father with the welfare system. All of that shit mixed together. This is where the delusion stems from. We didn't just wake up like this. It got programmed over time. It got conditioned over time to the point where we think that it makes sense that when a woman gets pregnant, get the man out of the room. He's not going to tell her what to do with her body or her baby. And then later on, when we look at a society, and it's a society full of kids that are the aftermath of raising, humans without men being directly involved, and it's a poor product. Now we're all saying it's a bunch of deadbeats. And then the deadbeats that we are referencing today come from households of these particular things that I'm talking about. It's retarded.
I know I went through that shit with my son. Like it wasn't. I didn't possess the knowledge I have now. But going through, like talking to you, love, and being in these Zooms and shit, doing the one-on-ones and shit. I had a conversation with my dog, and I was like, man, I want more kids, but it's gonna be hard to have a fucking baby by me because I'm not just going out there like I was. That's how my son got here. Mm-hmm. Like I'm happy to have my son, but his fucking mama. Like after she got pregnant, I met her mama, I met her brothers and her sister, and then I saw how they operated together. And I was like, what the fuck?
And as a man,
see, look, and that's the thing. All right, so see. He just said that he wouldn't mind having kids again. Me, like, it's like, look, like we all, man, we can see, we. All right, let me break this down. How I'm talking about. All right, so as a man, he's already got a woman who he had a kid by or some kids by. They're no longer together. He's moved on, and he's in a state now where he wouldn't mind having kids again. But of course, he's like, it's gonna be hard for him to have the kids because he know how women move and operate, and it's hard to trust a woman and having kids by, because once you get to, you know, our age, we didn't see the whole playbook. We didn't see all playbooks. Ain't nothing that you can pull on us, especially when you talk about having a kid by me, that I'm not going to know why the reasons of, you know, me, you wanting to have this kid by me. We all know by now, especially when we get to our age, once a nigga gives a chick a kid, she's got total complete power over you, because the government is going to give her that power. So now, me personally, I'm kind of different from him, because I've already been married. I'm divorced. I got one kid, one daughter. I've always wanted a daughter ever since I was a teen, knowing that one day I'll get married and everything. When I want to have kids, I want to have a daughter, especially. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a son, but I want a daughter first and foremost. And being that I got a daughter on the first row, and now that we're divorced, and what she wanted the divorce, it's like shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm good with my daughter. She's all that I wanted. Nevertheless, even though because I've had, you know, relationships and mess with chicks after me and my ex-wife got divorced, and a chick will always bring up the conversation. Well, do you want to have kids? Do you still want to have kids and everything like that? And it's like, I'm to the age now where, you know, I don't lie. I'm too grown to lie. I don't have to lie. And plus, you know, I'm not gonna waste your time. Like, I'm 44 years old. I'm the baby of the Generation X. I'm 6 months removed from being the next generation down. But so yeah, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't want to feel like I'm gonna waste your time if you're in my age range as well. Because, you know, we ain't trying to waste some time when you get to our age. So I told a couple, it's like, yeah, you know what, I'm pretty good on the kids. I really don't want to have kids. But it's like, you know, there's this very, very small portion, a very small percentage of me is like, I wouldn't mind having a kid if it was to happen. But I don't see it happening, because niggas, when we get to our age, we don't trust y'all hoes, man. Y'all hoes are so scandalous and so vindictive, and y'all be having kids for more reasons, everything other than just simply love, bro. For real. Women have kids they have kids for a million and one reasons, and the last reason on that list would be love. Like, I'm not having no kid with no bitch, because, I mean, let's face it. And plus, I'm a real big person that, you know, goes off statistics, and I abide by that, because these statistics ain't fake, and they not just telling a portion side of the story. These are real life statistics that's going on. And if I know that the majority of these relationships don't last, if the majority of marriages, over 80% of marriages end in divorce. I'm sorry, if 50% of all marriages end in divorce, and 80% of those divorces, 80% of women, over 80% of the women are filing for divorce, regardless if I get married or not. I mean, are we going to be so naive to think that that's not going to translate and transpire on to your average everyday relationship? Of course not. You might as well just apply that same percentage onto your average everyday relationships, that women will leave even in, you know, a relationship. And the majority of the reasons is because either, you know, financial or infidelity. And shit, I am not, especially now that I'm divorced. I already did the whole hurrah, got the kid, the wedding and everything like that. Now I'm you know, doing, you know, financially well in life. Well, it's like, why would I even want to get back into a marriage, let alone a relationship? You know what I'm saying? So it's like that, and it's like, yeah, it's like, I can't trust no chick to have no kid, because I can't trust you. Dudes don't lead a relationship, especially when the kid is involved. They really feeling that woman like that. The woman leaves, and it can be for 50 million reasons as to why she gonna leave. Shit, she can wake up one day and just because she feel like, we haven't been having fun the past couple of weeks, and this is not going the way I think it should go on, because I'm just not having fun, and just past 2 weeks you've been acting like this and that. A bitch, man, look, chicks don't take those wedding vows seriously, for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse. They don't take none of those. They hear that shit go in one ear and out the other. They don't take none of that shit seriously. The moment shit seems shaky, they running for the hills, bro. They really running for the hills. Women, now the women who are really into you, the ones like for you, you know how black women, they're the ones who they're most sexually desired and attracted to. Now they may stick with that dude for, you know, a little while longer than the average dude who they, you know, won't give that much grace to. But even if they do that, they've been, you know, running down, chasing down and everything like that, if shit seems shaky, it's only a certain time frame that they're gonna give that nigga before they out too. chicks ain't loyal, dog. Chicks are not loyal, man. And it's just like we ain't having a baby with a woman is a huge risk today. Like I can't wait. My daughter turned 15 in July, and I can't wait till she turned 18 too, so I ain't gotta pay no more child support. And it's not even court order. It's just because I'm a man. I love my daughter, and I've always wanted to be in my life. I mean, have a daughter, raise her. So it's like an agreement that me and her baby, my baby mama got. But you know what I'm saying? It's like we can't, man. We can't. A lot of dudes are lacking trust. Our trust in a woman is severely, waning. It's like that shit it just drops by the day because y'all just so scandalous. Y'all have all types of ulterior motives and as to why you having a kid. It's never really to stay with the man, and it's like it's always something, man. It's always having a kid is a big decision, and like it's just we just feel these days we just feel like what I'm saying, it's a control method for when a woman has a kid. Let's go.
As a man, knowing what you know now, you would have understood I should have checked on this stuff before fucking a raw. This is why I make videos like the one I made a few years ago on for boys with getting pussy comes great responsibility. You have to teach young boys that there is a different type of responsibility with getting pussy nowadays. It's not just about the nut. You fuck around and nut in the wrong woman, you will have a lifetime of turmoil. Your reputation, your thinking, your mindset will be fucked with for years.
And that to me, honestly, I shouldn't be speaking from the standpoint because I don't know what it is to feel to not have a father in your life, because I've always had a father in my life, and my father taught me, ever since I came into puberty and everything like that. He told me then. I remember. I'll never forget it. Son, kids are a check. You don't want to have kids with a woman. If you don't want to have kids with a woman at a young age, and you definitely don't want to have the kids with a woman that you don't know. I see. This is when I had a job in high school and I was doing my thing and I was dressing pretty nice. She's like, I see you like to dress nice. You like to look good. You like to get your hair cut every other weekend. You like to go out. You like to have girls. He said kids would throw a huge monkey wrench in that. He's like, they're going to prohibit you to do a lot of things. And it's like, for real, he didn't even have to go into the whole spiel because I even knew, like, once he said kids are a check, that's all he had to say because I didn't even know that before he even said it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kids cost. It's like, why would I want to have a kid and if I'm not ready to have a kid? So it's like most of this stuff is common sense. Like, if you don't have a father in your life, like, this should be common sense that if you get this bitch pregnant, dog, like, you're going to be on the hook at least for 18 years financially. If you do, you know what I'm saying, who's trying to go somewhere in life, because we know they don't put these hood niggas on no child support because these niggas don't never have no jobs. And that's another thing we should be, I'll say it for another video. These hood bitches be putting the good nigga on child support, but these hood niggas who be beating their ass, using their car to go trap dope in, moving their PlayStation in, but their house, moving and treating them like shit. They don't never put these type of niggas on child support because they know they ain't gonna get nothing out of that child support. All they gonna get is just fucking that nigga life up more, putting that nigga on some type of child support, knowing he ain't never had no type of job where a W-2 was involved, and you just gonna fuck him up to where he ain't be able to get no license, he ain't gonna be able to fucking get a passport. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just they'll never put that nigga on child support. But that good nigga, even she has sex when she know the baby's not his, she gonna try to hook that nigga on for this child support some type of way because she know he got a job, girl. Shit, I can get the child support him, girl. He got a job to get that shit come out right out his check. Another story that we heard all too many times and seen all too many times. Let's go.
Yep, I'm 40 and still going through it. I only do it one time, and I ain't doing it no 2 times. I'm only getting married one time. Fuck all that. I'm not for that shit.
If you understand what I'm saying, the responsibility lies with both men and women, not just women. Because Frank is giving y'all a male example that I was fucking and worrying about nothing or, my physical attraction more than actually finding out the character of this woman. So a lot of these children that are born to women with a fucked up mindset, there is a lot of responsibility in it for men because they're more attracted to the physical idea of being with a woman than an understanding of who and what she is mentally. And a lot of us we were getting fucked on while being damaged mentally, and a nigga never gave a fuck about that. And a lot of it has to do with, just like the movie we talking about, the nigga was in a survival season, so he fucking on our damaged ass based on just trying to have a place to stay or use us or get over in some sort of way. There's a responsibility on both ends.
Exactly. I agree. And like I was just pretty much touching base on that. And again, it's a responsibility on both ends. And again, I guess being that I just had a father in my life and I just felt different. But I was, man, look, it's like a bitch. I was not nutting in the bitch. Like, now look, I didn't have my numerous times of unprotected sex. I didn't have more unprotected sex than I had protected sex. But I was not busting in no bitch, dog. I was the pull-out king. Like, a bitch had to be worthy of me busting in. The only chicks I was busting in, like, I had to see you as wifey material. I had to see you as a classy, respectable mother who would actually be, you know, is respectable of me feeling good, of a woman feeling good as feeling good that you're a woman who's of a certain caliber and class to have my kids. Like that's the main reason why I can see busting in no chick, no random chick, because you may possibly being pregnant and then having my kid, bitch. I know the stock that I come from. You ain't about to have my kid. You got to be, bitch. You have to be on this. You have to have a certain type of caliber about you to have my kid, for real. I mean, maybe it's because I had a father in my life. I seen this man get up every day, work hard, go everything, take care of his family. Just me, my brother, and his wife. So it's just the four of us, a core family, no outside kids, none of that. So it's like I took, and it's like this one didn't really talk to me as well. It's just because I grew up in that environment, in that family, and that's just what it was to me, because that's all I knew. So it's like I took my bloodline seriously, and I always knew that if I was to have a kid, it's going to be with a chick that I get married to, someone who I can respect and know who's classy enough to be out here, and that if we were to ever break up or divorce, that I wouldn't have a care in the world as to how my daughter or my child will be raised. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the caliber of the woman that I picked. So regardless if me and her don't work out, and I'm not in her life and I'm not in my daughter's life on an everyday basis, I still know that she's going to be fully well taken care of because of the caliber of the woman that I picked. So in picking that caliber woman, yes, I don't have any baby mama drama today. I don't have any type of ratchet shit going on in my life. I don't have like nothing. It's carefree, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no type of drama with my baby mama because I know the type of chick that I picked. Now, even though she wanted a divorce, she wanted out the marriage and everything like that, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine and great, for whatever the reason that she wanted, that's fine. But as far as the after effects that most of you niggas be having when y'all, stop dealing with your baby mama, like all this drama that y'all be having, dog, like, yeah, I didn't see it all. I didn't see all types of shit. I don't have none of that. And I thank God. And again, it just all reverts back to because I know the woman that I chose to have kids with.
Mm-hmm. I'd have had that shit before too. Like, go.
I'm gonna say this before I let the next person talk. If men cared about the mindset of a woman more than they cared about ass and body shape, we wouldn't be worried about getting our bodies done. We'd be worried about pouring into our minds, because we wouldn't get fucked on or attract certain niggas if we weren't smart or had certain values if men were looking for that. And on the same token, for men, if women were looking for family qualities in men, discipline qualities in men in regards to being able to discipline himself and have self-control, if we were looking for these qualities over just a nigga having a bag before we gave them pussy, we would see more men care about being disciplined and being responsible with finances and things like that over just trying to look like they got a bag.
And that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. And the reason why that's never going to happen, and let me break this down, because this is what, when she said this, I'm like, yeah, I need to talk about this, because this is what's not really being talked about in the diaspora today. So let me break this down. The reason why that's not going to happen with women, they're not going to look at a man. They're not going to pick a man based off of the good moral core values, as far as, if he's dependable, if he's got a nice job, the character, if he's, reliable, if he's going to protect me, this and everything like that. They put the bag over God. Black women put the bag over God first thing and foremost. So that's not going to revert back to them. Now, even though they put the bag, they want a man to have some money and everything like that. They'll put the bag on. They'll put the bag over God and over the man because that's what they want. Majority, every woman wants, a man who they desire to have some money. That's just without question. I mean, why wouldn't they want that? However, they're always going to go by, especially at the younger age when they're still young, naive, and haven't really lived yet. They're going to go by what attracts them, what floats that boat, what gets that pussy wet. And if they're highly attracted to that man, then they going after him. They don't care about anything else. You know what I'm saying? They don't really care about shit as far as their future financial wise and looking out for the future until they get some kids and they hit years later on down the road, and when they realize they're at a later age and how all this shit is coming into perspective now, and how all the choices that they made at a young age, how it's now tremendously affecting them at a later age because they realize a lot of stuff that they wasn't able to accomplish because of those kids, or because they're not with the significant other to help raise them kids. So, life is kind of harder and everything, what have you. So women are always going to pick what floats their boat. Back in the day, it used to be, before women went to work, because it was always the man, just taking care of the household and taking care of the woman and the kids. So the father of the daughter, the father would, pick the man for the daughter to marry and for that man to take care of, because, the man is, smart, logical. They wanted men to take on the daughter because it's pretty much, leaving off where the father left off. He wants a man to take his daughter's hand in marriage, pretty much picking up from where he left off when he was taken care of, because he doesn't want her to lack for anything. So he's going to pick the man that he knows who's financially stable, the best financially stable to take care of his daughter, so she won't lack for nothing. So that was back in the day, and that's how it used to be. But of course, as we see, when you leave a woman to her own devices and her own thoughts and what she really chooses and what she really wants, money, yeah, they want money, but that's ultimately will pretty much come second. They're always going to go by what floats their boat. If they're highly sexually attracted to that man, they're going after that man. They want that man first and foremost. Then they're going to want him to have some money. But they always going to go to the man who's got the money, because we've seen plenty of cases where the chick chose the man for the money and everything like that, and she's not fully, sexually attracted to him. She's still going to creep, regardless if her life is paid for, paid for. Jada Pinkett is a perfect example of that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a man being rich and everything like that, shit, Will Smith, he's rich and famous. So a man being rich and famous, if she's not really sexually attracted to you like that, then that money really, at the end of the day, really ain't gonna mean shit, because as men, we care about loyalty. You know what I'm saying? We care about loyalty first and foremost, respect and loyalty. And if we're paying for your lifestyle, and you don't have to, work, lift a finger, and you go out there and cheat on me, that's like the death knell. That's like you just pretty much canceled everything. Bitch, you canceled Christmas. Like, you know what I'm saying? The nerve, you're gonna go cheat on me, but I'm paying for everything. You ain't gotta worry about caring the world, but you gonna go fuck another nigga, bitch. But yeah, so that just goes to show. This goes to show that the woman, when the black woman's left by herself to make a choice, she's gonna go after the dude that tickles her fancy, and that's just pretty much in a nutshell. And that's all of them. Very seldomly today do they go after a dude who is most financially stable first. Yeah, that's what they ask for. They got all this online stuff like the Kendra G show, all of them asking for six figures and everything like that. That's because they already have it made up in their mind that the man that they are attracted to, they want him to have the six figures. But if you put an ugly dude that a chick is not highly attracted to like that in front of her face, and he's telling her that he made six figures, yeah, she may consider him. She may even take his number. She may, she may even, go out with him a couple of times. But that's not what she truly desires. You know what I'm saying? It's not what she truly desires. She's going to go always after the dude that she desires. And that's why I think relationships only work the best when the girl likes the dude more rather than the dude liking the girl more. You have a lot of women say women will say these days that they'll want a man to like them more than they like them more. That's only because they want dudes to, send after them, pretty much be their lapdog and do any and everything that they want, buy them any and everything that they want. But they know, as well as we know, that they'll end up losing respect for that type of man because he doesn't have a backbone. He doesn't have a spine. You know what I'm saying? They always end up losing respect for that type of dude. But let's go ahead and let this rock.
Straight up.
Somebody else was gonna say something.
Right here.
I was looking at a reel, and this guy was saying that dudes nowadays they talk about how women, we didn't have no standards and we didn't have no boundaries and we got hooked up with these baby daddies that we got. But now that we've learned it and now that we got standards, now they don't want us to have the standards. They want us to go back and be a fool to do the same thing we did before. And now they call it, because I'm a middle-aged and it's hard for me to date right now.
Yeah, but she said it before I even got out. You just hit it on the nose. You're a middle-aged woman. So all the stuff that you did that when you was young, a motherfucker, like, we don't give a fuck about when you got older, so you learned a lot from your past and everything like that. So you're older now, because that's the key word. You're older. You're not as sexually desirable as you was when you were younger. I'm sorry that you made those bad decisions when you were younger and you regret some of those decisions. And now that you've grown smarter as you've gotten older, but you've gotten older. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I guess either, I don't know why it's hard for a woman to understand this. You've gotten older. So she said she all right. So she's already said that she's a middle-aged woman. So again, I already say that I'm 44 years old. Let's just say that she's my age, because that's middle age. Let's just say she's 44 years old as well. Now, when I go out, because I've been doing a lot of clubbing these past couple of months. So when I go out to a club and everything like that, it seems like the average age of the women that I go for. Now, keep in mind, I'm just going off of physical attractiveness as to what I like and what attracts me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know the age of these women before I go to talk to them. But it seems like the average age of the women that I choose to go talk to, because I'm attracted to how they look, it seems like they're anywhere between 27 to 36. You know what I'm saying? So it's not pretty much, it's the average age for me, the average woman that I'm talking to is anywhere between 27 and 36. I'm not hollering at no chicks in their 40s. And it's not because I'm avoiding chicks in their 40s. I'm just talking to the chicks that I'm attracted to. And it so happens the chicks that I'm attracted to, when they give me the age, there's nobody in their 40s. It's, you know what I'm saying? So that's the best way that I can explain it. So I hope that when I explain it that women can understand. I'm like, oh, okay, that does make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know that we don't know the ages of the women that we go after that we're attracted to. We won't know until they tell us. And it just seems like the average age that I go after, these chicks be anywhere from 26, 27, all the way up to about 36, 37. And that's just what it is. And I can't change that, because I'm not going to change what I'm attracted to. I'm going to keep going and pursuing after what I'm personally attracted to. So now to revert back to what she's saying. She's saying she was about to say she's having difficulty in dating now. She's a middle-aged woman, and that y'all want us to forget, or y'all don't want us to care about what y'all learned in the past. No, baby doll, it's not that. We don't want you to forget what you learned when you because you got older. So you learned the game, and you know what to do and what not to do, what to accept, not to accept. But unfortunately for you, and I apologize, for some men or for a lot of men, it's too late when you get middle age, dog. I mean, unless you looking wham bam, stacked house, brick house, you looking like you can get it tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because there's still some 40-year-olds who look good, but it's not like it's in an abundance. And I think that's another topic that it should be talked about sometime. There's a lot of black women who think they look still good, like they're in their 20s, when it's not like you still look good. You just look good for your age. And even that fucks with their mind, because when a mid 40-year-old woman says she looks good for her age, it's like well, she's saying it, but for her age, it's not really or just not really registering like that. She just simply thinks she just look good compared to all women. A chick don't ever want to get old, dog. They don't ever want to think they look unpretty or they don't get old. But we can tell, as men, we can tell a woman, especially when you get to that mid 30 to 40 range, we can tell that if you're in between that range versus a chick who's in the early to mid 20s. You know what I'm saying? We can see the difference in the face, and how the face starts to get a little bit chubby, and how you start to get the little lines on your eyes and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? We can tell just a little bit as to what type of range you fall into. And we just attracted to beauty, in which that beauty is more lies in with the younger women versus the older woman. And so, yeah, let's finish what she got to say. But I had to stop her right there because, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. We don't want you to revert back or for you to forget or not, respect the shit that you learned or forget all the stuff you learned. It's just that it's too late. You pretty much aged out. You had your chance when you were younger, but for whatever reasons, the decisions that you made that cost you now that when you're now older, single, alone, and more than likely got kids.
These guys that's my age, I'm going 10 under and 10 up, but they mentally, they still stuck. Mentally, they babies.
Yeah, but they are. And Adrian, what you're saying is so true. The issue is we have to look at the root. The root is, even though you've now grew up and you're no longer attracted to the bullshit dudes, it doesn't change that we're still breeding bullshit dudes. And by breeding them, I mean we're still carrying around this narrative as women that it's all right, I'm gonna raise my son by myself. That's yet another bullshit dude. They're bullshit sons. You got them producing more bullshit sons when they have children. And then you got the pool of women like you that are saying, okay, I want more. But who's then out here as men with more, helping raise the younger guys to become the product that you're talking about? It doesn't happen overnight just because you woke up. That's why I do what I do online, because there's very few people doing it. There are very few people online that kick it like I kick it. And I'm the only woman that kicks it like I kick it.
And not only that, because Chick said they're still mentally, what she say? They're still babies. They're still mentally babies. I guess she's saying that after childish because it sounds like she can't get one of them. She can't get none of them to really want to settle down with her, be in a relationship. I guess seeing like they're still all wanting to play because she says she's in her mid-40s. So that's kind of where I'm gathering from the little tidbits that she's given us. And it's not that, again, baby Dorsey, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why either women will never understand this or they do understand and they just hate that it is like this. You're older now. When men, your age, when you said middle age, so men generally don't get into that, that consistent money that generating of revenue, that income coming in on a consistent basis until they get to that middle age range. Once a man get to our age, if they set all their season, put all their ducks in a row previously, then they chilling right now. And, the money is good right now. And we don't feel that we don't feel to be in a relationship. Like we don't like at our age, again, dog, we don't like I'm not gonna speak for all men, but I know quite a few men who feels like this. And once you get to our age with the money coming in, we already did the dance, especially if you've been married before. You don't want to do all that shit again. You just want to have fun. This money that we're making allows us to pretty much live a certain type of lifestyle and have a certain type of fun where we don't want this shit to stop. It's fun. If I was to get in a relationship, this shit would stop. The amount of fun that I'm having would stop. You expect me to want to cater to you, and I have to do half the stuff that I want with you and spend. Like I ain't trying to do all that. I'm trying to see different women. Like different types of women excite me. Different types of beauty of women excites me. I like being around different types of women that exhibit different types of personalities, different type of characteristics, different type of women who look, beauty, dark chocolate, caramel, butterscotch. I like all different types of women. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, there's nothing refreshing about being with the same woman every day, all day, in my opinion, especially at my age. It's not, because all y'all trying to do is just get us to do this. Like, it's just mostly about money with y'all at your age limit. That's why I really, messing with a middle-aged woman is like, man, y'all a huge bill, and it's overpaying for y'all because y'all not as fine as y'all once were, but y'all want a nigga to spend all this money for all this shit because you're older now, you're more accustomed to certain things now, and maybe a certain or a little different type of lifestyle now. You're traveling more, you're seeing the world more. Yes, men, we see the world, we travel too, but shit, I don't want to be traveling with no bitch. I want to go to a different land and talk to experience other chicks. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to bring sand to the beach. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. And that's what women don't understand. Like, men at our age, we can be alone because this money allows us to have fun when we want to have fun, the way we want to have fun. I ain't trying to be sitting up in the house with no chick every day, all day, every day, knowing damn well that everything that we're going to be doing, I'm going to be footing the bill for it. Fuck out of here. When it's just cheaper for me to have fun by myself when I'm going out and I want to entertain women, you know, when I want to entertain being in the presence of women and entertain women, I'm definitely going to spend there. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the money to do it. Why? Because I don't have a girl. You know what I'm saying? Every time I go out, I got the money to go out and spend it and have fun. Like when I go out and I'm like, I see a chick that I'm interested in, I'm out with and everything like that. Yeah, I'm going to spend because I want to have fun. Like I want us to have a good time. And that's probably where, I guess they feel like it's kind of like a trap because I'll spend. It's like, I like a certain type of lifestyle, like a separate type of woman when I go out that's, you know, with me, the appearance, the whole nine. I want a beautiful woman with me and everything like that. And I want her to feel comfortable. She ain't got to lift the finger. She ain't have to pay for shit. Yeah, so like everything, when I go out with a woman, she going to probably feel like she's my girlfriend because I'm paying for everything. But I don't want no relationship because me paying for everything, so we both can have a great time, I don't have a problem with that at all because that's my primary main focus. I just want to have a good time in the presence and the company of beautiful women. I don't have no problem paying that bill. But the everyday bill, you moving up in my shit and live with me and you want me to buy you this and buy you that and clothes this and then, I ain't doing all that. For what? I don't even want to be with a woman every day. I just want to be with a woman when I want to be with, when I'm ready to get my rocks off. And that's a few times a week. And you know what I'm saying? I'm out. That's having different women in your life on a rotation is more refreshing to me. It never gets old. It never gets stale. It's always a fun, vibing moment because if you get tired of one of the chicks, you can just replace her. You can take out the rotation and put another one in. This life, like that's what I'm saying. It's going to be hard as fuck to convince a man in our middle age range, especially who's making some money, got some money to want to settle down with a chick. And that's why this old ass bitch is mad. Let's let her finish out.
But even if you mix me in with the guys that are influencers online or in the realm of therapy, there are very few that kick it about the root like I kick it. I'm willing to be real that even though
that's why I fuck what you love.
I appreciate that, Frank.
You hit me on some deep shit, and like me, I spend a lot of time by myself because I drive.
Look, she even look like a darker version of the chick from City Girls. What's the chick name? Not JT, but Carisha. She like a somewhat darker version of her for a little bit. I just want to say it's funny that they both from Florida, but
trucks. And only thing I think about is like, how the fuck I'm gonna get out this truck and get back to my son. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. And especially if I'm in a relationship and I'm going through some shit. So now I'm not only thinking about my son, I'm thinking about the problem that I got. How can I fix it? Get him back to my son. And then something else create with my finance. So now it's my son, my girl, my relationship, my finance. Now something happened with my truck. Now and women don't understand that shit right there. It just spiral out of control. And like now a nigga have to put himself in a certain mode to if I can find a woman I can just be peaceful mentally. That shit right there is fucking golden for a man, and that's the hardest thing. I was having this conversation with a female earlier today. Like, they don't understand. Like, if a man can be vulnerable with you, that's a real thing. Like, if a nigga open up to you and you use that bitch for a fucking a 4-5, and you get to shooting that shit back at him, that nigga ain't ducking. He gonna take that shit straight to the head, and he would never let it go. So niggas don't open up like that. So now we always gotta be a man 100% of the time. And when we can be vulnerable, that's with our baby. You fuck around and get that. You fuck around and get married. Because you gotta be accountable for yourself, be accountable for your feelings. You gotta be accountable for his feelings. You gotta show him that you care. You gotta show him that you appreciate. And it sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot. It's some simple shit. But if you get out your feelings, that shit'll actually work real smooth because now you can see what this nigga deepest fucking secrets is, but you know this nigga would tear this motherfucking world down behind you. Like it's real simple, but it's a lot goes into it because it's an everyday job. It's an everyday job.
It is.
That's why I appreciate you, Frank, because you do that male aspect. We need that. We need that. And to piggyback off what he said, Dorsey, like now that I'm like talking to different people, I found a guy, like the conversation that he has, I'm like, yo, what the? It's not out of norm because I've been in your groups. I've been talking like Frank in the group. I've been talking to you, so I know what it looks like now. And to talk to a man that came from a 2-parent household is a whole different beast than to talk to a man that came from a single mother household. When I tell you that, he talks about, we can read a book together. Just on some, he like, oh shit, you read books? I ain't never met a girl that read books. And it's like, that's normal to me. And to him, he's like, we're talking about books. We're talking about movies. Like, that's our topic. Yeah, we're getting to know each other. But to actually have a conversation about a freaking book with a man, that is not, it's not common. But like you said, if we stop telling ourselves that all men is the same, we can run across them in the right settings. But it's refreshing to know that they are out there.
But you know what?
And we are out here now. I haven't read a book in a long ass time because I mean, today with these days with the internet and everything like that, you can pull up audiobooks if you really truly want to read a book. You could just listen to it and everything like that. But with the internet and with the insurgence of YouTube and how much YouTube has grown, especially with this space as far as the manosphere space and other stuff that I'm interested in as far as like finance and cryptocurrency and investments and everything like that. I haven't read a book in a while because online Google and YouTube is a wealth of source of information that you can get that you can also probably get from a book as well. But I used to read books back in my day before the internet really became a main staple in the world society. But yeah, we are out here. Like every dude ain't out here. Like I heard the statistics that the average black man, and which I need to look up because it's hard. For me, it's hard to believe. But they say the average black man is on a 4th grade reading level, and I just find that very hard. I'm like, 4th grade reading level, nigga, you still like pretty much illiterate. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, we are out here. Like I used to like reading books. I mean, it had to be interesting as fuck. I mean, I ain't gonna make it seem like I'm just some straight geek off the block and everything like that. Like, I enjoy my, my average gangster book about finance, book about law, an array of topics that I like. But it's lots of black men that are out here read. I'm more inclined there are more intelligent black men out here than there are more ignorant hood niggas out here. Really, I'm really inclined to believe that more than just your status quo, what types of bullshit mainstream information far as the typical black man that are out here. Because there are a lot of shit that's being debunked today about the black man that was, it was demonizing us for the past 3-4 decades. And it's coming to find out that majority of that shit that they were trying to, the stereotypes that they placed on us wasn't even true, backed up by statistics. But yeah, I mean, there are various and different types of black men out here. It's just that the good ones who the women deem as good far as having a stable career, good job and everything, that's, pretty much, being a outstanding adult who's just, living an adult life, got all his A's, B's, and ducks in the row far as taking care of everything what he's supposed to take care of. We are steering clear of the bullshit and of the bitches who we know don't have really nothing to offer. And that's where most of the majority of the women getting mad, especially the middle-aged women. Like we are steering clear. Look, for example, I admit a lot of chicks just off appearance alone. Like I can look at this chick and be like, all right, she's just for fuck, or she's just for fun, or I can go out with this chick, whatever. Oh, she may be a one. She's fine enough to be a one that I can see being my girlfriend, but that's just off appearance alone. I haven't met her yet. I haven't talked to her yet. I don't know how her personality character. Like I'm like off appearance. I'm admitting a lot of chicks just off appearance alone. And then once I meet you and I gotta hear the way you talk, the way you act. Overwhelmingly, like a lot of y'all, 80% of y'all get omitted off of how you act and characteristics, how you carry yourself. It's like men are very particular. Like when it comes to really selecting the one that we think is like wifey material, we are very selective. I'm probably a little bit more selective than your average man. It's like you got to be pristine. Like to be wifey material, for me to say yes, I want to marry this chick, and I can see this chick being the wife or the mother of my children. Like she's got to be damn near close to perfect. She got to be pristine. And my ex-wife was damn near that. She was damn near in the 90th percentile range of that. She wasn't perfect, but she was damn near that. But That's how we think, and that's what how men think, and what we're looking for when they're like making their decisions on, you know, when vetting a woman, deeming if you're worthy enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, we niggas who got this shit together, they know, like, especially when you've been around the block more than a few times, they know, we know what the fuck to steer clear from. We know what the fuck to say, you know, stay away from. We can see your ass, we can see a bum bitch coming a mile away. We can see a scandalous bitch coming a mile away. We can see a bitch, you know, so we can see a bitch who's struggling and is looking out for a sucker a mile away. And we, you know, we go in the other direction. We see you coming, ho. Like, y'all act like, y'all, that's what I'm saying. Y'all act like we don't see you. We see you coming. Like, we done dealt with enough of you that we can just analyze you just by the appearance look. And just, let me say so. Let me just make a quick open and say hi to you so I can just hear you talk real quick, the way you carry yourself and the way you talk. That's going to tell me a lot about you just in a quick 30-second minute conversation. If it's hell no, or if you're just going to get the dick and sit on your way. Real shit. Like, y'all don't have no idea how we judge y'all. And I feel sorry for y'all because especially when it comes to me, like, that scale is tough. Like, for real, that judgment scale, that shit is tough because I'm very critical of the bitch. I'm very critical of y'all. Like, it's easy, like, put it like to, if you find it's easy to fuck me, you'll get me in this sack quick. But far as me deeming if you worthy of relationship or marriage, chick, man, look, that's hard. It's like trying to put sit an egg on top of a fence, hoping it don't fall over. That's how tough that shit is. Let's go.
With you doing that right there, you don't have no idea what you just did to him. Because if he got excited on that shit, it's more whenever a man talks to a woman, it's either gonna be on some sexual shit, it's gonna be on some what you doing type shit, or what's going on for the weekend, or how work being, or what your kids doing. It's gonna be some simple shit that it's just regular. You know, that's how conversations get boring. So like with me, I talk like a motherfucker. And if you got something to talk about and you want my opinion, I got buku fucking knowledge on different shit. Because I done been through a lot of shit in the 40 years of me being here. I probably shouldn't have been through. But I've been through shit and I know a lot of shit. So, and especially with the mind change and being introduced to new information. And when men change mentally, we're going to look at women totally different because now you outside of your ass, you outside of your titties, you outside of your pussy. So now, being that you going to sit up here, you ain't going to say, I'm offering ass, pussy, mouth, and I'll be here and look good. I'm going to dress slutty whenever you need to. I'm going to go get this sexual lingerie. You going to come in the house, you going to put on some sexy shit, and you going to smile and be like, damn, you sexy motherfucker, take that shit off. You're going to do the same shit that you've been doing for, 2-3 years, and now it's like, nothing. So that's the only thing you got to offer. So now nigga ain't really noticing.
But
that book reading shit, you just set him off. Like for real. Like I feel it. Like I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it because you just did something. You just did something for him that no other female is fucking doing. So you sharing that shit with him, it means something for you, but it's deeper for him because he found something that he can relate to you on some shit, and y'all both like that shit. So now it's building on that. Now you build on something else. If y'all have an argument, he gonna be way more understanding because now
let me cut his lame ass off. So it's pretty much because I had heard this whole thing already before I came and went live on y'all, but I wanted to break some shit down as far as what I've seen and I experienced with Black women, especially in Florida and living in the hoods of Florida from the times that I was living in the hood. And just, you know, just experience a whole bunch of shit. So, look, it seems like every chick in the hood in Florida, especially Central Florida, like they always arguing and fighting over a nigga. I seen this in one situation. So I was messing with this chick, right? We was at a crib, and her friend, it was either her friend or cousin. It was so goddamn long ago. I want to say it was her cousin. So I was messing with this chick. We was in the crib chilling, talking, you know, smoking a blunt and everything, kicking it. And then her cousin runs to the house, knocks on the door, runs to the house and everything like that. And she said that some chick was after her. Like real shit, real loud story. Listen to this, check this shit out. Some chick, Birdie, that was her name. Some chick named Birdie was after her, right? So she was watching, like she stepped to her about her man, this and that, think I'm fucking her man, this and that, blah, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. So I look out the window and sure enough, there's this dark-skinned, ugly ass, this dark-skinned, skinny, ugly ass bitch with this ugly ass smoke, like her hair won't done. She had a chick one of those struggle ass ponytails. You know when black women, when their hair is on that struggle side, when it's hardly in hair, but they want to try to put this shit in a ponytail anyway. It's like a little twig or a little crop top shit sticking up that's real, closely together, like she Woodstock or something. She had one of them things, but so she was walking, towards our direction, like she was, about to come over here and everything. So she ain't knocking on the door or nothing. She got close and she just started pretty much calling this bitch out, yelling and calling her, yelling her name outside. She just started saying, "Bitch, come outside," and this and that, and you fucking my man, and this and that. I know you fucking my man because it whoop whoop, and I found this and that. This was yours in my house, and he eventually admitted and told me. I know you. Like, it was just a whole bunch of ratchet shit going on. So me and her, the girl chick I was fucking with, we inside. We like, damn. So her cousin telling me, like, girl, you about to go outside? I ain't trying to have this shit in front of my house. This and that. Blah blah blah. So the chick was so shook she never went outside. The other chick who came down to see, she ended up leaving and shit. But so she ended up leaving after pretty much, it was like 30 minutes like she was out there, but she ended up leaving. But this chick, like, I'm looking at her, you can tell she was just so shook. She did not want to fight this chick for the world. I guess she was going to get her ass busted. She knew she was going to get her ass busted. I don't know, but she was not trying to fight chick. But the chick who came down and wanted to fight her, like, she was just trying to check chick. She was not checking her man. When then once, after she left, the girl I was messing with, because they all knew chick. They all, they all been in that neighborhood for a long ass time. So she started telling me about it. She was like, man, they've been arguing about this dude. They've been going back and forth about this dude forever. And my cousin, she be fuck with the nigga be fuck with her time to time. Then she go back and forth with the baby mama time to time. So pretty much she be dipping and dapping between the two women and shit. And the chick don't ever check the nigga. The nigga pretty much do what the fuck he want. This nigga then cheat on. He can cheat on this bitch no matter how many times he want. It don't seem like she ever checked the nigga. She gonna always try to check the chick or any chick who try to seek this nigga. And that's just what it is, bro. I seen this just a lot. These niggas be smacking the fuck out they bitches in public when shit go down in the hood. They bitch get out of line. Like Florida niggas, real Florida hood niggas, they ain't got no problem smacking they bitch, bro. And I'm talking about in public and won't give a fuck and dare the bitch to call the police. Like, for real, like, these niggas, like, on some other shit, like, I'm a nigga, like, I'm not smacking a bitch because I'm in fear of the police. Like, yeah, I'm that nigga. I'm not gonna smack the bitch because my experience, I didn't have the bitch call the police on me, and I ain't even do shit. I ain't even smell like she was lying. One of them fake ass domestic police joints, and I still went to jail on some shit that I didn't do, that's another fucked up situation. I'll talk about some shit about that shit later, but it's crazy how a nigga can go to jail off of word that the bitch saying, and the nigga no evidence of you touching the bitch, but they gonna take her word. It's fucked up. But yeah, Florida niggas, them real Florida hood niggas, nigga. Nigga, I didn't see this dude smack a bitch so bad, like with all his strength, all his might. Like I actually felt for the chick. And I don't really get sentimental and feel for a chick like that because I ain't really I'm not really one of those dudes who really be shedding chairs like that, especially over no bitch when you know the type of nigga that you dating. But this nigga smacked this bitch so motherfucking hard. Like I was like, nigga, I thought he damn near fucking broke her goddamn face. Like it was like you heard it was like, bah! Like, god damn, like it was nigga. And this bitch, like, and she was strong because he didn't drop, she didn't drop. Like you could see she was hurt like a motherfucker. She grabbed her face, she could hurt, and then when she moved her face, you can see this big, because she was a red bone too. She had this face was all red. You can see the kind of handprint kind of thing, like it was trying to show up, but it was just like, man, these niggas, Florida niggas, they don't give a fuck, bro. Real Florida hood niggas, them Florida dope boys, they don't give a fuck, dog. They smacking bitches quick. It's the norm out there, and it's like them bitches know, like I ain't finna fuck with that nigga. I ain't gonna play with that nigga like that. That nigga hit bitches, and them bitches do not be calling the law. Real, the hoes do not call the law. But yeah, I seen that a few times. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just all I know is, man, in my experience, in my many years of living in Florida, it seemed like the average black woman, the average hood black woman, it's like they ain't got nothing going on in their life if they not fighting fighting over a nigga. On God, I swear to God, it seems like that this is the majority of the hood chicks out there, dog. And it's like they need it. Like you would think that nobody who's sane or who's operating off of logical common sense wants to be involved in some daily drama on it. Seem like on an everyday, if not every day, on a weekly basis. But these Florida hoes, these Florida hood hoes, bro, it seems like if they don't have a drama in their life, if they not arguing or fighting over a nigga with a bitch, then they got to go look for it, because it's like that's what they need. That's what they feed off of. I don't. Somebody comment, man. People from other states, from other cities, man. What is like in y'all? Have y'all seen this? Is this only in Florida or is this everywhere? I know this can't be just Florida, because man, look, it's us, bro. These shit, it's like on another level though. Because I've lived all over the East Coast, and I've seen it in a lot of other states as well, but not like Florida, dog. Not like Florida. It's like, I don't know. Maybe because the job market, far as the black man, ain't shit. It's like if you ain't working for the government, if you ain't working, especially on the East Coast of Florida, if you ain't working in the government, if you're not working in the hospitality sector, far as the hotels, because you got hotels, all lined up and down the East Coast because of the the beaches out there and shit. If you're not working in the hotels, if you're not working at a fast food restaurant, which ain't shit, then you really ain't doing that, because the whole state of Florida is like a pretty much like a whole one big ass retirement home. There's more old people there than anything. Yeah, you got your young crowds out there, but it's catered to and for old people. And the job market out there is especially for black men, is pretty much you're not going to be advancing and growing unless you built your own business and your business is thriving. Other than that, you're not going to get no nice job. Even if you got a college degree, especially if you only got a BA, it's not guaranteed that you're going to land a nice job with a company or a firm or something like that, making lucrative amount of money just only with a BA, because it's just Florida is like another. It's just different, dog. It's the job market there. Shit. That's why I moved out that bitch. I had to move to Texas. Texas is booming and growing like a motherfucker. The job market out here is fucking ridiculous. Even though I'm not even working for nobody now, but I just know, like, I was like, shit, if I want to get me a little side gig or whatever, let me see what I got out here. And they got a shit. Florida, Texas is booming, dog. But Florida, for a black man to live, as far as if you think you're gonna get you a nice job, nigga, you better have you a PhD. But yeah, even like I said, either you working for the government, hotel industry, fast food restaurant joints, or you slinging drugs. It's one or the other. You rarely do you meet a dude who's, a black man who's really got himself together and got a nice career and doing stuff for himself. You would have to go to a different environment. You ain't gonna meet that nigga in the hood, of course. But yeah, Florida is just a different world, especially when it comes to black women, dog. They just feel like if they arguing over a nigga with a bitch, then their life ain't popping right now. They'll find a way to get into some drama like that, because if it ain't that, the thing got it going on, they feel like them as a woman is lacking. Like they always got to be chasing up behind some nigga, or they always got to feel like they got to find some nigga that feel like they want to chase up behind them. But it's always, their life is always a revolving door around a dude, bro. Always. But yeah, I think we'll leave that off there, because she pretty much got everything out that I wanted to speak on, give commentary about shit like that. But yeah, man, y'all go ahead and comment, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot more shit coming for y'all, a lot more real talk and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what y'all think. Y'all fuck with Love Dorsey, like y'all like what she be spitting, what she be kicking. She be kicking a lot of real shit from a female, for females, even though, a lot of females don't really gravitate towards her or really feel her or really, fuck what she's saying. But, we as men, because she got our talking points, and she's coming from a man perspective as to what, how we feel, what we think, pretty much in the whole manosphere diaspora. But that's pretty much it. Y'all go ahead and comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.